Hi, Beverly.
Really?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it says we're already recording.
Hmm.
$7:34.
Okay,
7:34.
Gail, I'm running the meeting.
Okay.
It's 7:34. Thank you. And thank you all for coming. We have a quorum. First is approval of the May 25th minutes. That was an incredibly long meeting, and Ellen, you managed to make very good sense out of it. So may I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
We're all in favor. Thank you. Do we have any residents present? And who would like to comment? No one else?
Arlene is in
Yeah.
as.
Yeah,
Arlene
but I,
is in as an attendee.
Yeah,
right. Can you hear me?
we hear you.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, because I'm not a resident of the village, so I'm.
Okay.
You're a guest. You're an invited guest. Okay.
Arlene, can I have your last name, please?
Sure, it's Novich, Novich.
Thanks.
Okay. Correspondence, we have only one. I have correspondence scattered throughout the agenda, but there's only one that's strictly correspondence. That was yet another thank you note for the last 36 trees. This one from another one from Lawn Terrace. I had asked him if he would take, he has this great corner and there are no trees on that street. They've had so much storm. I had offered him 3 trees and he took 1, and then he wrote to say that he loved his 1 and the village is watering it and he was sorry he didn't get the other 2. So I said that we would put him on the list for fall.
Great.
Yeah, they really need trees there because they've just lost so many.
What street is this,
It's
Beverly?
Lawn Terrace, it's
Oh, okay.
along Guyan Creek.
Uh-huh.
And okay, old business. We have some maintenance things. Jerry's not here. He said he might be late. He's coming from another meeting, so we may come back to this. He was going to look into the tree roots interfering on Orienta. He did look, there was one correspondence that eventually, that's attachment 4, eventually I established that it was on Highview, which is in Washingtonville, and apparently a tree was marked to be taken down years ago, never came down. And so someone from DPW went over and looked at it, and it's on the list to come down now. So that one, I think, we can rest assured about that one. Marlene, you sent me the one about the tree near the gazebo needing pruning, I think.
Yes, yes. It looks like part of it was struck by lightning.
Okay, well, we've certainly had that, but that's another one to ask Jerry about, I guess, because I haven't
Okay.
really answered. Rockland Avenue, that's from you, Gail, I think, isn't it? 2 London Plains, one at Sarah Newman, again, need pruning.
Yes,
Okay,
that's for me. Mhm.
make sure those are on his list. And did you also send the Palmer Terrace, Palmer Court, multiple trees to be pruned?
I have sent that a while ago.
Okay, I think you-
I haven't sent it within the past month. However, I did meet with James Barney and we walked the property a bit. We walked along Palmer Court and discussed what needs to be done. So he's going to
Oh.
be doing Palmer Court Terrace, part of the public trees by Palmer Terrace on Palmer Avenue. And then I also sent that email about, a couple of trees on Rockland Avenue. 'Cause
Okay.
That hadn't
so-
been discussed.
Okay, so when Jerry comes, I'll get back to that one, but not the Palmer
Okay.
Terrace, because you've taken care of that.
Can I just say, I've been looking for the agenda for today and all I'm finding are minutes, even when I do a formal search.
It's online. You need
It's
to,
online.
you can find it by going to the website.
Okay, thank you.
Then you go to boards and commissions.
I'll find it. Thank you.
Click on tree committee. Okay.
I'll get it. Thanks.
Okay. Under public and private tree removals, and applications to remove private trees. What I have, it's an ongoing list and it's just, I'm just gonna keep building on it because I don't want to keep recreating it. So I've attached it. It's a list of either decisions to take out trees in the right of way, mingled in there with permit applications, some of which have had decisions made and some of which have simply been filed without decisions yet. So that's really, for review. If questions come up about it, in any meeting, we can talk about it. And if you have any questions about it this time, we can talk about it, but otherwise it's just for your information. There was also an email, a series of emails from someone who lives at Top of the Ridge. She said they're starting a redevelopment there and she wanted to know whether there's some large trees and she wanted to know whether they've applied for permits or whether they're taking some of those trees down. And Jerry went over that same day that he got it, spoke to the people doing the work or the developer, whoever was there, and came away. He said that I think there was one, it might have been two large trees that would be protected. And he explained to them that they would need to file permits. They're not planning to take them down right now, but that was taken care of. So that was great. I mean, it's great that residents know now that they can, first of all, there's something to resort to, but second, they can actually get in touch with people when they're concerned about it. I actually can't go far. I thought I was going to have plenty of time. I've been pulling articles that I found about the damage that bad pruning does to trees. This is the kind that Con Ed does, not the kind that citizen pruners do, and not the kind the village does when they take out dead wood or lift the canopy, but they do it correctly. I mean, it's always a wound to the tree, but the tree can heal, trees do heal. Whereas when you top it or you do those C cuts, or you take all the branches off one side, that is really, I mean, we all know is really harmful to the trees, but I started looking for documentation on that. So I found the documents, but I haven't read them.
Mhm.
So where we
I'm
are.
sorry, these are documents at Con Ed?
Like scientific, not internal documents. These are like scientific documents about, lifespans being diminished and the disease, trees becoming much more susceptible to disease and decay because rain will get in sometimes. And anyway, it's out there and I am looking forward to reading it in my spare time.
Beverly, I'm sorry, can
Yes.
you do me a favor on all the old business items?
Yes.
Those are all pending with Jerry, except for,
No, two of them have been taken care of. The 127, 139 Highview.
okay,
James went and confirmed that there is this dead tree that had a very old mark to be removed. Pre-pandemic, it's not even on any list that he's seen. And it just didn't come out. That happens sometimes. So it's back on the removal list.
okay,
And the Palmer Terrace, Palmer Court, which is the last item under maintenance, as Gail took care of that with James.
okay.
So there's a pruning list.
Bev, I'd like to share my screen and show the agenda while we're talking. Is that okay?
I guess, do you have it?
Does everybody have the agenda in front of them?
Yeah,
Yeah. Would anybody like to see the agenda?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, so we can scroll it up. We're way past that now. We're gonna be out of here in no time.
Great.
Good.
On the average, we have reasonably length meetings.
Last time was not typical.
No, well, if we have a short one this time, we'll catch up. was like Seth Meyers finding out he would only qualify for an Emmy if his segment was, his correction segment was 18 minutes or shorter. So he did a couple 24-minute ones, which meant he had to follow up with some 12-minute.
It's pretty funny.
Okay, is there something else, Ellen, you wanted to go catch up on?
No, I just want, so,
So there are 3 that I do need to see if Jerry has actually, he may have done them.
right, but I just want to clarify, Highview is on a list or it's already been removed?
It's on the removal list. I don't know whether it's been removed yet.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
Palmer Terrace is also on the list.
It's on a pruning list.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
That's it.
And the other three, we want to follow up with Jerry.
Right, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should also say that Lou Santoro, the board president of Palmer Terrace, emailed me regarding that trees need to be pruned, and I emailed him back and gave him an update.
Good. And he was appreciative?
He he knows that it's on the list to be done and it needs to be done, and that I met with James Barney.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so tree law stuff. Actually, since the law has been passed, we have a different level of things to talk about with the tree law. First one, Nora, I am assuming that the beyond the right of way question to the state attorney, nothing. Okay. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, so we've had some correspondence now. We're down to people not liking replacements. There was one, this one I don't know the resolution of, but there was 1 or 2 trees, I think 2 trees were taken out at 818 Walton. It's a small lot. The arborist is Olmsted. And they got in touch with Jerry because the owner didn't want to replace them. And so Olmsted was trying to find out if there was a tree fund, which we specifically didn't put in there for private property. Because we don't want everyone doing that. And so Jerry explained that that was our position, and I haven't heard what they've done, but I think, if it's done landscaped properly, you can find places to plant trees. So as far as I know, that's where that stands. And it's, so long, I know that Jerry will his office will do an inspection to make sure the trees get planted. I think he gives them a period of time. Then there's a bigger question at 1505 Stony Brook. Initially, they had a permit for 11 trees to come out, which of course is clear cutting. It was denied and appealed to the village manager, who went back over and did a more detailed consultation with their arborist and decided that 10 of those trees could or would become potential hazards. So one of them, no. So he gave a permit for 10 of them, and the trees were taken out. And attachment 9 in your spare time, if you want to read through it, they've now, having taken the trees out, have written to say that they don't think they should have to replant them. And they actually sent these emails to the tree committee and to the board of trustees. So all of you should have seen them. I responded for the tree committee and explained that we aren't involved with enforcement, which is true. And then Tom Murphy responded and explained, the goal of the law and the fact that it couldn't be tailored for individual complaints. And also that something I think Jerry had pointed out is that at the time they signed the permit, the property owner has to sign, on the second page is this policy about replanting, so they knew that at the time and didn't raise it at the time. So I don't know what will happen after that. I don't even know the property, you know, we don't inspect property. That's not what we do. I'm not qualified to do that. So I don't know how large it is, but again, I think, you know, with landscaping, good landscaper, you can certainly plant trees, which is the goal, which is to protect and increase the canopy. And they've already taken down canopy by 10 trees. So anyway, that's where it stands. Another thing that has come up several times is people like to take trees down on the weekend. And so we've heard, I think, heard from you, Marlene, on a weekend, I think, but also a couple of other residents, and the protocol, and somehow we're going to have to make this better known. At the moment, the building department does not have weekend coverage. They had wanted to do that, but they don't. So the thing to do is to call the police and have asked them to check whether there's a permit if a tree is being taken down or might be taken down. You know, maybe they're pruning it, but generally, if you're doing legitimate pruning, you don't do it on the weekend.
Yeah, and didn't we say it, I think I had in the notes last time that they can put if they are approved, they could put the form on there.
Yeah,
on
I
the-
think Jerry was gonna start advising people to do that, and that way, it's just like, you know, building permit. So neighbors would know, they could see the permit, and we wouldn't have to go to the police or the building.
Right,
I don't know if that would be another question for him,
okay.
whether he's actually started advising them to do that. I think it's a great idea.
It'd also be a way of educating other people, you know, that you need a permit.
Yeah, yeah,
There still might be fraud, though.
yeah, I know.
Oh, gee. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the tree nursery? Because there's been so much going on with that.
Yes, the tree nursery, Jerry showed me a place. Jerry, we met with James Barney and looked at I'm sorry, did we meet with Jeff on? No, I don't even remember, but we
It
met.
was Jeff, it was Jeff.
It was Jeff, right? At Budwalker Park, Jerry said that what we could do is expand the existing community garden. We could also move the path over closer to 95, just a little bit, but that little bit, you know, multiplied out by square feet would really increase the footprint. So there should be more room for more raised beds and pot sleeves, which are like a pot inside of a pot, would go at the intersection of the paths between the raised beds. Plus, I'm hoping that we could have at least one raised bed for starting seedlings. I emailed Renee Crabtree, who's kind of in charge of my understanding is that she's in charge of the community garden. She's away, is coming back, and hopefully we will be able to meet at Budwalker Park and talk about it. She's not sure right now how many beds are being used and if there's a waiting list for more beds, but doing this plan would actually, I believe, increase the number of raised beds available. So I think it's a win-win. She sounded kind of excited about the idea of having a tree nursery. The only concern is not to, I guess, step on toes of people who are waiting for raised beds.
Yeah.
So
And
that's where we're at.
Okay.
And
I
yeah.
mean, ideally, if it were not a problem finding the beds, what would be your timeline for getting this up and running?
Jerry had mentioned this fall that we could actually go, you know, be in place for this fall.
Okay. And is that when you start seedlings?
You could start seedlings now. We don't have to wait for that. I don't have a place to put the planters, but you could grow them in a windowsill. So if
Yeah.
anybody wants to do that, I have soil, I have seedlings that are ready to go. And we could, there's no need to wait, you know, if any, I would start them indoors because squirrels will not only eat them when they're planted, but even after they grow, as long as there's any food inside that acorn, they will eat them. And right now we're doing red oak because those are the only seeds I was able to get. I tried to get white oak, but they were not available. So there we go.
Okay.
So just let me know.
How many have you started? How many have you started?
I haven't started any because I
Oh,
don't have a
like-
sunny
oh.
window.
Yeah, I have, if you saw my windows, you would.
I have a lot of containers I've been saving and I have the seeds and I have soil in my trunk and I'm happy to set anybody up. If you want one, even as little as one is, you know, there's a future tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some milk cartons for you too, but.
I have nowhere to put them right now, but the
No, I
hope is
know, I
that-
figured
yeah,
that. so
that
I-
they'll go right into the tree nursery, but you
yeah,
know,
but you know that you have more than you think.
yeah, that's great. So that's where the tree nursery is at.
Great.
So how could, so what, how do we start? So we have to start them inside before, it doesn't, even though the tree nursery will be ready or maybe ready in September, we really need to start planting them inside before that anyway.
Well, there are going to be several stages. We're going to purchase very young trees and put them in the pots and sleeves and have them grow. And then I guess when they're like, what do we get? 1.5 to 2 inch caliper, Bev, when we're purchasing them?
No, if we do them, well,
What
If-
caliper do we
when we
purchase?
do Walden burlap, we do 2 to 2.5 inch, but when we do bare root, would they count as bare root or? Then they're small, they're like 1 inch.
So we could transplant them when they're 1 inch or 1.5 inch. You know, Jerry will advise us on that because he's done exactly this before. He has had a volunteer committee at a previous job of his start a tree nursery. And so he has experience with it. He knows where to source the materials and stuff. But my idea is, yes, let's buy some so that in a year, 2, 3, we have trees ready to go. But at the same time, let's start them by seed. Let's have them at all different stages. So we always have a supply moving up.
And how many do you anticipate at the, right where the community garden is right now, if that's our only location?
I don't know. I really have to go out there and measure it. Sherry told me how much space will be required. So I have to measure it. But right now, to me, the very first step is to meet with Renee. I mean, we
Okay.
could all be planting seedlings in containers and getting that going. There's no reason to wait on that. But before anything like concrete starts happening, any infrastructure, I really need to meet with Renee. And because I think we're going to be very, you know, we're going to be coordinating on this project. It's going to involve both of us.
Mhm.
There are plans for, you know, watering system, soaker hose, or, you know, what, or maybe it's just going to be a spigot or something that we turn on, like volunteers could go there, turn it on, turn it off. Another idea so that we don't all have to have all these little containers when they start growing, we could put them, if there's a spare raised bed, Bev and I talked about putting the containers, sort of sinking them down into a raised bed so that they don't have like heat all around where the roots will be, and covering the whole planter with chicken wire. But again, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. Step one, I have to speak with Renee.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's where we are.
great.
And what's Renee's last name?
Crabtree.
Oh, that's right. I love it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she handles the Bud Walker Garden?
The community garden, it's
Oh,
called.
community.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. It happens to be at Bud Walker Park, but it's called the community garden.
Okay.
I have one question for Nora about, are you finished with that? I don't want to cut you off. Okay. One question for Nora about the village, the new village budget. Did the line that we asked for maintenance pruning, was it
Yes.
approved?
Yes,
Great. And when does it start?
we did, June 1.
Ah, wonderful.
Do I have to say how much it was?
I have to look.
Yeah.
I didn't catch when it starts.
June 1, it's already there.
Wonderful.
I guess that's the
Wonderful.
pruning list that your Palmer Terrace, Palmer Court trees were put on. I mean, this is so great because we've had, we've got a planting budget, we've got a takedown budget, we've got a watering budget, but this maintenance pruning can really just improve the quality of the trees and extend their lives and do all those good things. Also, people won't be so angry at them because they won't have dead branches falling on them or threatening to fall. Quickly, I think I mentioned last month that the library centennial is coming up and they wanted to plant a tree as one of many things to commemorate it. And so we've talked a lot about different, whether to plant it at the library or whether in a park, and they decided, and then types of trees, and they have decided on a tupelo, which is one of my favorites, and they'd like to put it, if possible, in Harbor Island Park with a plaque. And I have not been able to I have some ideas of places where it would be really nice to have it, but Jeff has been very busy. So I first want to find out from Jeff which places are possibilities, and then I will go back to them and ask them which one they like. I don't want to walk her around and have her choose things that can't do it. He has a funny way of knowing whether it's on top of a water pipe, for example.
What's Jeff's last name?
Jeff on AHNE.
Thanks.
Is there an E on the end?
Yes.
Okay. Again, the next thing which we'll need Jerry for is to put a date on the fall citizen pruner workshop. Some people are asking about it.
I have three people
Wonderful.
specifically who are very interested.
Great. I think, last year he was recommending October or November because that's really when the pruning season starts. And we don't want to train people because they're always dying to go out and get started. And so we want to wait till it's pruning time. So we'll need to ask Jerry about that.
We are allowed to prune suckers, and I have to say there are a lot of low branches popping out.
So much rain.
I've done some. I did a death like a tree that looked like it had a bush growing around it.
Yeah.
Carol,
You
a
do
huge
that, and you
tree.
can also obviously prune broken and dead branches anytime. But as a general thing, it's better to do it in the winter when it's too cold. I feel like going out and pruning trees in December. One thing that's really exciting that Gail and I have been talking about is that I, by complete chance, started a conversation with someone about American chestnut tree seeds. I had actually heard at a webinar that there is a lot of research being done to bring back the American chestnut tree. And I found out a few weeks ago that one of the types of chestnut trees that are resistant to the blight that wiped them out. This was the dominant tree in North America until the beginning of, or the middle of the 20th century, when this imported blight killed them all. Apparently there are still American chestnuts which come up from the roots of the dead ones, but then they live, 10, 12, 15 years, and then they get sick and they die. But that's what they're working with for the stock. And there are two efforts going on. The one that is apparently farther along and has the seeds, which we're going to try to get for our tree nursery, are they're back crossed. They're crossed with the Chinese chestnut, which is what introduced the pathogen in the first place, so it's resistant. And then in 10 years, when they start producing seeds, they get back crossed with, some of these other American chestnuts. And after a couple of generations, so it takes a decade at a time, each generation, they eventually become predominantly American chestnut trees. The thing that, those are the ones that are available. So I'm interested in those. That's apparently not as reliable because you never know with any given seed whether it's more American or more Chinese. So the one that I'm really interested in is actually genetically modified, and they're doing that at one of the SUNYs. And they have what they think is a really good, they found one gene, this is the one I heard about in the webinar, one gene that they can take from wheat, which people eat. It's completely harmless. And the only thing it does to the tree is it liquefies the blight and turns it into an acid as soon as it detects it in the tree. And so it does not affect its place in the ecosystem. It's not toxic. It doesn't do any of those things that genetic modification might do that people worry about, but it has not been approved. And apparently, it's the first time anyone has tried to get approval, other approvals by the, I don't know if it's the FDA, I guess it is the FDA, to USDA, I don't know, to introduce genetically modified plants have been for cultivated plants. This is the first time there's talk, there's someone wants to release it into the wild. So there's a lot of concern about that. So I don't know when those will be available, but we're going to try to get some of the seeds for the one that's back crossed from the Chinese chestnut. Also, we've been talking about having another online book discussion, and Gail, you came up with this really wonderful book. It's going to be The Hidden Life of Trees. I don't know if any of you have read it. Please read it and come and say interesting things at the discussion. It's going to be September 15th. And in addition to coming up with the idea and coming up with the book and arranging it with the librarian, Gail has persuaded me to lead the discussion. So I'm really counting on you all to come.
Okay.
I'll have video clips of the author speaking.
Oh, good.
Which is free as opposed to thousands and thousands of dollars to have not the
Fly him.
author, but
Yeah,
his
fly him to
translator,
Germany. Yeah.
an
But
editor.
it can't be 2021 because that was a year ago.
Oh,
Oh,
good save. Good catch, Marlene.
okay.
Unless we could go back in time.
No,
Yeah.
that was the last book discussion. So,
Oh.
okay. That's not why it says 2021 though. I mean, I'm having trouble getting the 21st century down correctly. So they think 1987. Okay, again, heritage tree list is something we haven't gone farther. Joe, one thing that Joe did for us is he got a copy of the Scarsdale process, which is about 8 pages long, so we need to modify it. But there are some wonderful trees, and it would be nice to recognize it. Nora tells me that that doesn't actually protect them from being taken down, but at least it gets people interested in them. And we have others to propose for it, but every once in a while someone gets in touch with us and wants to know how to propose one. Carroll Avenue, Gail, you found that one. There's one at 305 Carroll.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on the whole heritage tree thing because we've been talking about this for years. I
Yeah.
think we need to have a little subcommittee so that we can make some progress on this. And on the
Okay.
subcommittee, I think we need to come up with like what qualifies a tree to be a heritage tree? What characteristics are we looking for? Are we looking for size, size, caliper, species, a combination of them? Is it, and then what qualifies a tree to be a heritage tree? And also what should the nomination procedure be?
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask if anybody could volunteer to be on this little subcommittee. It's not a huge job. I think, we could come up with this in one discussion. A couple of people could do this in one meeting, online or in person, and then we could talk about it at our next monthly meeting. So
I think that the management plan that we had, like in 2016 or something, was approved. It might have in there some of the characteristics that would be good for a heritage tree. And then we have the Scarsdale procedures. So there's,
Where could one find the tree management plan?
I think I have an electronic copy of it. So,
That's something that should be posted somewhere or?
I think it is posted, actually. It's probably on our website, but the thing about that plan is that it's really out of date in a lot of ways. There's a lot, I mean, I had occasion to look through it not so long ago, and first of all, we've gone past its timeline. I don't know.
If it has some good ideas about, a heritage tree, we could at least
It's worth
get that.
using it. It's worth using it for a resource that way, but we have to be careful with it because also there are things that we've discovered are not applicable. I don't even remember what the problems were, but among other things, we're past its timeline.
Maybe that should be on the agenda for next month then, to discuss the tree management plan.
No.
Okay. Anyway, and you mentioned something about Scarsdale's heritage trees?
Yeah, I think I have their nomination protocol.
All right, so
Yeah.
anybody want to volunteer to go over this? And write up some recommendations?
I would help with that.
Is that Marlene?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Ellen, would you be interested by any chance or?
I don't know if I know enough about trees to be helpful.
Well, it's written down and, you could just Google what makes a heritage tree. They're just ideas that we'll discuss at our next meeting. It's not, you don't have to be an arborist or anything. Just when you walk
Okay.
around the village, what trees like impress you? What do you say like, wow, that's a spectacular tree? Like that
Okay.
tree at 305 Carroll just blew me away. It's magnificent. And there are several of them on Carroll, which,
Mhm.
so thank you, Ellen. So Ellen and Marlene.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. And one other thought I had after visiting Carroll Street, maybe we want to have a heritage tree street.
Ooh,
Like if there are a number of really amazing trees, maybe, certain resources could be directed towards, I don't know what, really taking care of them, because we know that when you have a group of healthy trees, they support each other. And even when you have one tree that's not doing well, the healthy ones will send it nutrients, it will send it sugar. And if they're heritage trees, like that much more reason, I think, to commit some resources to helping them out. So just a thought, heritage tree street as a kind of
I remember when Carroll Avenue had magnificent trees. And then it was like right after we moved up here, it was like 96, 97. There was a terrible, terrible nor'easter. And it just wiped out. I mean, as magnificent as Carroll looks now, it was that much more magnificent before that happened.
I can't even imagine. One tree that got wiped out, it's sad to lose any tree, but it was right on the corner. I mean, it wasn't even a foot away from the corner. And now there's like this divot there. So, yeah. All right. That would be great. So thank you, Marlene and Ellen.
the other
Very,
thing
very
about a
much.
heritage tree list is that we could, publicize if people promote like your 305 Carroll. If we could show that photograph of the property, the residents standing there smiling next to their heritage tree. I think that would be fun. It would make people.
We could certainly ask them if they want to be part of that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but I mean,
I
I
think is the
that was-
attachment a picture of them with their tree,
Yeah.
which they really love. Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be them. I just meant that might be something that.
Right, in general. Yeah, we could offer that.
Okay, well, we're not going to go into the financial effects of planting trees. Other business, anybody have other business? No, right? Calendar notes, see, I told you. Next meeting, is this right, Nora, would be July 28th?
Yes.
Okay. I have a
Um,
feeling we'll have to do that one in person.
That's, if they don't, if it doesn't get
Yeah.
changed again.
Yeah. Anyway.
But we won't know. And I'm gonna send you all a copy of what I think is the close to final version of the tree management plan.
Okay. I have the.
Thank
final.
you.
It may not be final. It may just be the.
I
final
really do
draft.
want to caution people. There are things like they used totally wrong canopy numbers, the ones that then got pulled out, and the developer at it's the golf course by Orienta.
Hampton,
Right, Hampton people immediately seized,
Hampshire, sorry.
Yeah.
the Hampshire developers immediately seized that number, which said we had something like a 48% canopy. And we're using that to justify cutting down all their trees. And, subsequently, actually, Arlene, I got it from I first heard it from your work that you all were doing, is that we have in the village, we have like a 24% canopy cover based on most recent US GS satellite data.
Huh.
So, there's a lot of stuff in there that I'm very apprehensive about. So if you're gonna be reading it, there's certainly qualifications for a heritage tree are good and useful if that's in there. But I just have to say, be careful with it. They did a really sloppy job. I remember Sarah rejected it the first time. And then they came back with this one, which is, as far as we knew, was good, but subsequently it's not so good. Okay, so July 28th, next meeting. September 15th, book discussion, we did that. Oh, and then that was another thing with Jerry, we were going to we were going to
Can somebody mute there, please?
It's me and I'm talking, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Bev.
Problem. We were supposed tonight before our meeting, which was going to be in person, we were going to meet at Knollwood.
Okay.
Do a quick walk around to look at the sidewalks and the root interference, which is a problem in a lot of neighborhoods. But we didn't do that. So we have to, we didn't meet in person, and then Jerry had another meeting anyway. So we'll have to reschedule that at another time. The roots will still be there. And I have nothing else. Anybody else?
I tried
had-
to call Dennis a few times at his quote unquote cell phone hotline number, and I was never successful, and he didn't respond to my emails either. So
Yeah.
that was a little bit frustrating.
I know. I don't know what's going on in the building department. I know that he's there, but the implication is there are things going on in the building department, which is too bad because he did a really great job for the, in the beginning. He's really committed to trees. So
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but fortunately, one of those trees that I had contacted him about turned out to be, actually, both of them were being pruned. So maybe he just knew that they were just being pruned and he didn't respond for that reason. But I guess on the weekends, I should just call the police.
yeah.
Okay.
And if we can get people to post permits when they have them, that might.
Yeah, that would help.
Call.
Can I just ask a question about your heritage trees? Is that on private property or just public?
We've been talking
Anywhere.
about public.
Well, I think that's
Oh.
the question though. I mean, there's.
I thought it was anywhere.
Yeah, I think it could be anywhere. I mean, Nora has explained to us that having, just like a landmark preservation, apparently designating something as a heritage tree doesn't mean that it can't be cut down eventually, but it does call attention to it and gets people interested in it. So since it doesn't actually have any force of law, I don't see why it couldn't be any tree. But that's,
Okay, that's something new. Now I've got a whole bunch of trees I'm gonna
Mhm.
nominate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
because I
fun.
think the best ones are actually the ones on private property generally.
Hmm.
But
They
I,
probably are the
Darlene, I
ones.
think that's kind of, a call,
Yeah, I can think of a few right on my street.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to have a different kind of tree walk where we go from neighborhood to neighborhood, like it would be a significant hike.
yeah.
But that would be kind of cool to visit
Or you
heritage
could do a
trees.
little walking tour. You could just do a
Yeah,
walking
heritage
tour,
tree walk.
go on their own.
Yeah,
That's true. We could have a map of the heritage trees. I love it.
yeah,
Love it.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
And it could be on private property with that. I mean, what they're having the pollinator pathway tour this weekend, and that's all private property, so if you,
Right, as long as the owners don't mind.
yeah, you open up your,
Yeah,
you agree to that, and it's done in advance, and you get on the list if you're,
That's a bigger project.
know-
Right now, I want to get a list, just a list.
well, no, it's like a garden tour,
Right,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, it's like a
Subdivided.
garden tour, yeah.
We do it all the same day so that everybody is prepared for it, and it would be actually great to put a write-up about, identify the type of tree and something about it.
Estimated age.
Estimated age, yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, what time is it? It is 8:19. We haven't even been at
Woo!
this for an hour.
Wow. Mhm.
Very efficient.
Reclaiming my time. Next time, it'll be really long. Okay, would anyone like to move to adjourn?
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
yeah, okay. And I'm in favor, so we're adjourned. Thank you.
All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you, good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Night.